Hello, everyone. My name is Daniele and I'm a full stack developer here in Cubbit. Today, I will guide you through the most important functionality of our DS3 compatible console that let you navigate your files and your objects, create new buckets, and use the software provided by Cubbit. First of all, we need to sign up and create a new free account. So let me type down the name and everything. So now I will pick the country. So I will define Italy as my country. And also I write down my phone number to receive eventually some call from the sales team to let me to receive a good quota for my storage. And that's all. I will receive an email address to my account to activate my account. So I can copy the link, paste it, and activate my account. If everything works as expected, a pop-up should appear on top of the page that's saying success. So now I'm able to log in. Okay, now I'm in an empty screen where I can create my first project. This is really easy to create a new project. So let's define a new project. A project is a unity of buckets, users, and data in general. It's like a company. Everything should be inside the project. Let's define and left empty the project image. We will add something later. Let me troubleshoot this later. Okay, here we are. The project get created. As you can see, we have the bucket section that at the moment we have no buckets at all. The user section, the policy, the project section that gives us a view over everything about our project, but we will focus on it later. Let's start by creating a bucket. Buckets are unique in Cubbit, like DNS, so we should pick a name that is not used by anyone else. The suggested way to pick a name of a bucket is name of the company, dash, aim of the bucket. For example, this bucket is a backup bucket. An important functionality that Cubbit has is versioning. This way, we can keep an unlimited number of versions for each file uploaded. Another important functionality is object lock. Object lock lets you put a lock on top of an object for an unlimited number of days that you decide once the file gets uploaded. So nobody, neither you, can delete or edit the file that you have uploaded. At the moment, we keep it disabled, but we will perform a test with this enable. And we will be very interesting to see. Ownership control is important when we collaborate with other teams, with other projects. But for a bucket that is only used internally to our company, it's perfect object writer as ownership control. We can deep dive this once we are in, like, for example, a one-on-one meeting. We can open the bucket and directly access to its content. For example, we can upload an image. And now this image is available, and we can preview it easily. It's a cool image. We can decide to use it as our image for our project. So let's try this. As you can see, the image has object lock disabled and also the retention disabled. Here we have ACL that let us collaborate with other projects or, for example, with the world public. We can, for example, pick all user, a permission like read, and share it with ACL and click save. Now, this image is public available to everyone who has the link. It's perfect for our project settings. So let's open project settings and click on our project image. We can use this image as a logo to our company. In this page, we also have a project ID that is useful for inviting other or send it to other projects to collaborate over a bucket, and also a project overview where we can see how much storage in download we consume and how much storage we keep in Cubbit. Let's get back to backend. We have a cool functionality that let us upload file, image, whatever. For example, this is a beautiful view of Florence. And we can also upload file to different version. Let's have a sample of this. Like, for example, I will upload file named base.png. This is a really easy file, an image with some text. What if we upload another file with the same name but different content? Like, for example, we change the content of the file. Like, for example, we review it. Now the file has different content. As you can see, some typos, some fixes, something has changed for the file. We can always retrieve the previous version by clicking on this button that lets us display the history of the file. Even if the file gets, for example, deleted, like, for example, this way, we can always find a sharp that say that the current version is a deleted file, but we can always make a previous version the main version and retrieve it. Okay, we have seen most of the functionality. An important aspect is that, for example, we can also delete file at previous version. Like, for example, this one can be deleted by writing permanently delete. We have deleted a past version of the file. But what if we introduce at bucket level the retention? If we introduce the retention, like, for example, 2 days of retention, file will be immutable, and so they can no longer be deleted. Now, if I, for example, upload some personal stuff, like, for example, a document, and I enable the versioning and try to delete this file, the system will inform me that the file is protected by object lock. So I cannot delete this file at this specific version. Obviously, the client let us also define a new folder where we can store different data and navigate them through the console. Okay, for about our system, about buckets, I've already told you everything. Now you're an expert. But let's focus on collaboration. Like, for example, inviting another worker to our company. We have an user section where we can invite new user to collaborate to our system. Like, for example, I can invite a collaborator with my email. And give them an administrative role. I click invite user, and this send an invitation request to my colleagues. Now, I really would like to show you how this works. So let's watch it together. I will switch to a different tab and try to log in. I have received an invitation to sample company, so I can accept it and then go to DS3 service. Now, I'm able to access the same data with the same file that we already seen in the past. Now, let's change the theme so it's easier to understand. This is the collaborator that get invited, and this is the administrative account. As you can see, my user, collaborator, have an admin account, but we can change the privilege he has, like, for example, switch to read-only and save, and he will no longer be able to access part of our system. Like, for example, he no longer have permission to see policies that he has in the past. Moreover, he will lose progressively also, like, for example, the possibility to upload data. Since now he is only read-only, he cannot, for example, upload a new picture inside this folder because he has no right to perform this operation. Okay. Last but not least, the API keys. API keys are really important because they let you operate over DS3 Cubbit, S3 compatible functionality using different clients. Like, for example, we have a huge catalog of integration, like, for example, with Veeam, with AWS CLI, like with Synology, with QNAP. You can almost backup all those tools in the same way. How? Easy. You generate new API key. I always suggest you to rename the key to remember where you use them, and you can copy the access key ID and the secret key and insert them in the, for example, in the guide, in the position where they have got asked to you. For example, for Veeam, you have to pick object storage, S3 compatible, specify s3cubbit.au, the region EU West 1, and then you have to include the S3 access key and secret key to progress further. And those keys are the one generated in this screen. It's really easy to generate key and to revoke them once they are no longer useful for you. So you can monitor them and keep them safe and secure. I always suggest my client to go in the profile settings when they log in for the first time and enable two-factor authentication using an authentication app. This is really useful because it adds a new layer of security to your account and avoid that someone else may steal your password and access your account without your permission. So having this layer is really, really useful. And it's quite easy. You just have to, for example, generate the keys and then scan this QR code with your application and insert a generated code. Those codes have a 6-second span of life and let you log in on your system. Hope you have enjoyed this video. For every further question, you can book a call with us, and we can study your use cases and eventually deep dive into our software. Thanks for listening.